Good morning, dear students. As you already know that we have completed this chapter, that is the story of village Palampur, but there is one thing that is remaining, and that is discussion of NCERT questions. So today I will be discussing the questions and what can be its probable answers, but before that we will revise whatever we have studied till now in this entire chapter. So let us begin. First of all, we studied about the features of Palampur. An all-weather road is there in Palampur, which connects it to various places such as Shahpur and Raiganj. There are various transportation facilities as well, like tangas, jeeps, bullock carts, etc. There are about 450 houses in Palampur, which includes both permanent and temporary houses. Electricity connection is present in Palampur and it is used for three purposes. First of all, in agricultural fields to extract water. Secondly, in houses to light up the houses. And the third one is in small businesses like Mishri Lal did. Along with it, there are various educational facilities. There is one high school and two primary schools are there. Healthcare facility is also present in the form of one primary health center and one private dispensary. There are various production activities that are carried out in Palampur. The main production activity is farming, but along with it there are four non-farm activities that are mainly carried out in Palampur, and that is dairy, transportation, shopkeeping and small manufacturing. After that, we studied about factors of production. The first factor of production is land, which includes not only the earth's surface but also the other natural resources that are used in this process of production. The second factor of production is labor. They are of two types, either skilled or unskilled. The third factor of production is physical capital. Again, it is of two types, fixed and working. And the fourth factor of production is human capital. Next, we studied about this topic, that is land is fixed, and land plays a very vital role in the lives of farmers. If there is greater amount of land that is present, their income will increase, but if there is a constraint in the amount of land, the income is limited, and as a result farmers try to grow as much as they can in that limited amount of land. And increase in agricultural output can take place through multiple cropping or use of various techniques and equipments, use of high yield variety seeds and permanent means of irrigation. Next, we studied about 5 requirements of modern farming method. The first one is high yield variety seeds, and then fertilizers are there, pesticides is there, a system of irrigation has to be there, and farm machineries are also required. Now the next topic was, will the land sustain? So there are few negative impact of green revolution, modern farming methods, and those negative impact were, first of all, loss of soil fertility, and secondly, reduction in groundwater table. So the chemical fertilizers that were used, it had a negative impact as well. Those negative impacts were, it pollutes groundwater, river and lake. It kills the bacteria and other microorganisms in the soil, and it leads to degradation of soil health. Distribution of land in Palampur has also been mentioned. As you just now saw that there are 450 families in Palampur, out of which 150 are landless, 240 are small farmers and 60 are large farmers. This diagram shows that in India, 85% of farmers who are small and marginal, they hold only 44.6% of cultivated area. On the other hand, 15% of the large farmers, they are holding 55.4% of cultivated area. So the next topic was who will provide the labor. In small fields, the farmers themselves along with their families provide the labor, but in medium and large fields, the small farmers and the landless laborers provide the labor. After that, we studied about capital that is needed in farming. Medium and large farmers use their savings to get the capital for the field, but the small farmers, they need to borrow money in order to arrange for capital, and that borrowing is done either from large farmers or from money lenders, or the traders also help them. Now, agricultural output are many a times they are surplus and that has to be sold. So what do these farmers do with this agricultural output? That was the next topic. So the small farmers, they barely have any surplus output, and as a result, whatever they grow, they use it to fulfill their requirement of food. But medium and large farmers, they first of all, they keep aside certain amount of their output to fulfill their food requirement, and they sell all the extra food grains in the market, and from that they get a good amount of profit, which they either save or they use it to lend it to small farmers, or they can use it to purchase the capital. So there are 4 non-farm activities, that is dairy, small scale manufacturing, shopkeeping and transportation. So that is it. This is what we have studied in this entire chapter. So these are the NCERT question. The first question is, every village in India is surveyed once in 10 years during the census, and some details are presented in the following format. Fill up the following based on the information of Palampur. So this is one form which has to be filled by you all. You need to write down what is the location, what is the total area of the village, the land use, whether it is irrigated or unirrigated, the various facilities that are available in Palampur. So I'm sure all of you already know these details, and as a result you will be able to fill it. It was already mentioned in features. The next question is, modern farming methods require more inputs which are manufactured in industry. Do you agree? Yes, modern farming methods require more input which are manufactured in industries. There have been a shift from traditional technique where composts were used and river water was used. From there has been a shift to modern farming techniques where fertilizers are being used, tractors are being used, and all these are manufactured in industries. So that is why it is true. The next question is, how did the spread of electricity help farmers in Palampur? The spread of electricity helped farmers to install and use tube wells for irrigation. The tube well can irrigate a huge amount of land, which can ensure a good harvest for the crops. It even allowed the farmers to grow different crops in a year, which resulted in greater amount of profit. So of course, spread of electricity has helped the farmers in Palampur. The next question is it important to increase the area under irrigation? Why? Yes, it is important to increase the area under irrigation because by having a supply of continuous water, farmers can grow multiple crops in a year. And by growing multiple crops in a year, farmers earn greater amount of profit, which leads to them having better standard of living than earlier. So irrigation facilities would also burden their dependence on rain. They will become self dependent and they can earn as much as possible. So that is why it is important to increase the area under irrigation. Now the next question is construct a table on the distribution of land among the 450 families of Palampur. So over here you need to construct you can make a pie chart and you can show the distribution of land in the form of a pie chart. It is good. So the next question is, why are the wages for farm laborers in Palampur less than minimum wages? First of all, the laborers are paid sometimes in cash and the other times in kind. And since there is a huge amount of people who seek work in someone else's land, as a result, there is a huge amount of competition, which leads to people working for lesser amount of money. They have to agree to work for lesser amount of money, or else they might not get the work. So as a result, they are being paid less than minimum wages. The next question is, in your region, talk to two laborers. Choose either farm laborer or laborers working at construction sites. What wages do they get? Are they paid in cash or kind? Do they get work regularly? Are they in debt? So you need to talk to two laborers and you need to write about their conditions. Whatever is mentioned has to be answered. What are their wages and how are they paid and everything. So this answer you can write by your own. The next question is, what are the different ways of increasing production on the same piece of land? Use example to explain. The different ways of increasing production on the same piece of land can be multiple cropping, use of HYV seeds, use of fertilizers, use of farm machineries. All that can be written over here. The next question is, describe the work of a farmer with 1 hectare of land. So you have already answered this question, so you are not expected to answer this again. You can write already done. The next question is, how do the medium and large farmers obtain capital for farming? How is it different from the small farmers? Just now we have discussed how do the small farmers and the medium and large farmers arrange for capital. So you need to write about that. The next question is, on what terms did Savita get a loan from Tejpal Singh? Would Savita's condition be different if she could get a loan from the bank at a low rate of interest? Savita was a small farmer. She planned to cultivate wheat on her 1 hectare land, and besides seeds, she also needed fertilizers and pesticides. She even needed cash for some repair work in her instruments and field. She was not having money for that, and as a result she decided to borrow it from Tejpal Singh, and Tejpal Singh charged a very high rate of interest. It was about 24% for 4 months, and Savita also had to agree to work on Tejpal Singh's land for a very meager amount of money, that is rupees 35 per day. If she would have taken a loan from the bank, her situation might have been, completely different. She would have been able to pay back the bank on time because their rate of interest is comparatively lower. She would have been able to carry on her household responsibilities comfortably because in that case she would not have required to work in someone else's field. So that is why it was a better option, but Savita did not opt for it. The next question is, talk to some old residents in your region and write a short report on the change in irrigation and change in production method during the last 30 years. So you need to write a short note as to how irrigation and production methods have changed over a period of time. The next question is, what are the non-farm production activities taking place in your region? Make a list. You need to make a list over here regarding various non-farm production activities, whatever you can see around you, that is shopkeeping and dairy and transportation and various other are there. So you can make a list. The next question is, what can be done so that more non-farm production activities can be started in villages? So you have already written the answer of this question in the previous assignment, so you need not do it. So you can write already done in the notebook. You can write this question and then already done, and you can even mention the page number where you have done the answer of this question. So that is it for today. We have completed the first chapter. Now we will begin with the second chapter. Thank you.